Andrew Madrid, Dominic Estrada, Julia Clark, all victims of the wave of juvenile crime that has hit Las Cruces.
I think we hadn't quite discovered that it had already become a problem. Like most trends, you have to see the trend clearly before you realize it. So
a trend that has been motivated by social media.
So I think they do it for the gram, they do it for the internet clout, and they do the things in real life so that they can post it on social media and appear that they're gangsters.
But has turned deadly with an increased access to guns.
And they're good at actually stealing them from vehicles and houses and gun stores, but primarily from vehicles. But they're getting these guns and then they sell them amongst themselves. So they can buy and trade and sell guns through apps like Telegram.
Since 2020, 83 juveniles have been arrested 5 to 9 times. 17 juveniles have been charged with murder. And since 2016, there have been 355 juveniles arrested with firearm charges.
During this year's legislative session, Chief Story heavily supported Senate Bill 165, a bill focused on intervention and expanding who counts as a youthful offender. But the bill did not pass, and now the city of Las Cruces is looking to youth programs.
I think we see a lot of great stories coming out of our programs. One of the things that we see is there's not as much recidivism for those that participate in a program like this.
That program is TIPS, which takes in juveniles that have a violent history against family members and partners.
Our program is offering up life skills programs that helps kids see other options, see other opportunities for them, feel supported, and learning ways to be productive in their community.
Overall, the message is clear: to try and keep kids out of trouble.
Once they're there, it's very hard for kids to get out, and oftentimes will end up there as adults.
And the way to do that is to give kids options and support through their community.
We all have to do our part and work together.
He says there must be a way to balance rehabilitation and accountability. Diego Gallegos, News 22.
Where there's now strike breaking. Some of the schools are 100% illegal.
Cesar Chavez was once looked at as an icon for Latinos and farm workers. In the 1960s, he marched and advocated for farm workers' rights. And with Dolores Huerta, started what became the United Farm Workers of America.
Cesar Chavez is, or do I say was, a hero.
But now that legacy is tarnished by allegations of sexual abuse. Even from Dolores Huerta, who told the New York Times she bore 2 children from Chavez's assaults.
We had some feedback on social media, which indicated to the district that we would have some lengthy discussion.
Now around the country, Chavez's name is being removed from buildings and festivals. And now Las Cruces Public Schools is considering changing the name of Cesar Chavez Elementary School. A change that the school board is very familiar with.
6 years ago, Oñate High School was changed to Organ Mountain. Locals thought that the change was too quick and too expensive, and now they're saying the same about Cesar Chavez.
We should focus on the positive legacy rather than discrediting.
Melinda Sanchez is a mother of 3. She feels another name change will strip away more history from the city.
Those were schools that we cheered against and did everything. That felt like it was diminished and taken away from the achievements, because as a lot that's pushed is memorabilia and yearbooks and things that have come with it.
She says to graduates of her generation, it will always be Oñate High School.
Thank you so much.
Even so, 4 of the 5 board members spoke in favor of the name change.
We should not commemorate this leader with school named after him.
We can't have a school named after somebody that committed these atrocious acts.
And now the board must decide which is more important, removing the name of an accused sexual abuser or keeping the name for the sake of tradition.
30 years.
Diego Gallegos, News 22.
Now, we have all of them. You can have all these guys.
Supporters of President Trump gathered for a prayer for ICE, but it didn't take long for them to be surrounded by a much larger group of counter-protesters.
You're not American, baby.
One Trump supporter says he doesn't want any trouble.
It's okay to have differing views, and so I decided to do that. And so far it's been peaceful, no one's gone crazy, and I hope it stays that way before we leave.
While there was no physical violence, some supporters of Trump feared coming to the event.
What do you guys run this page?
Yeah, so we had an expectation of around 50 people, and some heard that it was going to be kind of crazy here, so they got afraid.
But that didn't stop counter-protesters from shouting their opinions on the Trump administration and its supporters.
Protecting somebody who touches kids.
There's no common ground with people who want to expel my brown brothers and sisters from this land. There is no common ground. They are the enemies.
Others are scared of the future that lies ahead.
It's so much easier for them to hate people and to hurt people, and I don't understand why it's so hard just to love and accept people. And I have family who immigrated and stuff, and I'm scared all the time, you know?
Two groups here outside NMSU on the Corbett lawn. One group has been here for an hour. There's only about 4 people in that group. They are here in support of President Trump and in support of ICE. The other group here came from just north of University. This is a much larger crowd. They came over here with their signs to protest Trump and protest ICE. Now they're both here. There's still a counter protest going on in front of Wexon University. Diego, what's it looking like on that side?
Thanks, Nina. Well, I'm here just outside the WEX here on University Avenue, where protesters have gathered in opposition to the Pray for ICE protest happening just across the street. Now, I can tell you with time talking to these people, looking over some of the signs that they have, that there are plenty of things that they are opposing here today. There are signs in opposition to Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem. There are signs in opposition to ICE itself. There are signs in opposition to President Donald Trump. But one thing that I can tell you that these people hold in common is that they believe that human rights are being stripped right now by the current administration, and they want to see a big change.
There are laws in place that say criminals who do not have papers to be in the United States should be deported. And we agree with that, but that's not what ICE is doing.
Protesters say things are not only getting more dangerous on the ground, but also more difficult to enter the country.
When there's no legal way to immigrate, to come to the United States, no matter what situation you're leaving, then no immigration is illegal.
Drug dealers dishing out fentanyl to kids.
Despite their differences, both sides could only agree on one way to move forward.
Vote! Vote!
Alex Donaghy is teaching Alana Kennedy how to do the Viennese waltz. It requires footwork and graceful movement, 2 things that attracted him to dance.
Being able to manipulate like chest movements, hip movements, it just brought a lot of comfortability and confidence and understanding on hip switches of football and different.
He came to Las Cruces to play football for the Aggies, but decided against it and instead joined dance. Something he says changed his life.
He's fun, he's strong, he brings great energy. He teaches, with really the highest level of technique, and is just completely committed to greatness.
Alex has been teaching at the Soul Ballroom Dance Studio for 3 years and has already become a favorite of some of his students.
He is an amazing lead, and very patient and just so positive. Sometimes we tend to be negative on ourselves, and he doesn't let you do that.
He has competed in several competitions across the country, yet he plans to start turning his dancing job back into a regular hobby.
When something that you love you work with it too much, it becomes less fun. I want to get back to having more fun with it, maybe competing still with it. 2, 3, 4, and 1.
For now, he wants to focus on his schooling. He already has a degree in kinesiology and will complete his 2nd degree in May of 2026.
Question on that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Now, Alex is graduating with his 2nd bachelor's degree, focusing on AI. But despite wanting to do that, he still says that his passion of dance will continue even after he leaves NMSU.
I want to integrate it into my kinesiology background and work with prosthetics. I want to truly make a fully integrated AI prosthetic that takes less to fix, less calibrations and everything.
The path that Alex has taken has been unconventional.
Yeah, I never would have thought I would be on this path, but it's a beautiful and amazing path.
Yet through it, he has learned to love the process and teach others to love it too.
Good. 1, 2.
Diego Gallegos, News.
Take your time. When we're folding.
Kendra Johnson was diagnosed with cancer 8 years ago. Among other things, she could not go to her yoga class, but through her battle, she found a way to help others.
But after my treatment and radiation, I was not able to practice. I had lost range of motion. It was really discouraging to me. And I had always just said, I wish there was yoga at the cancer center.
She soon got her yoga certificate and after collaborating with a colleague, brought a proposal to the hospital. The class was a success.
The benefits of yoga are definitely two things, specifically for older people like myself, balance and flexibility.
Or hand
Bill
to the chair.
Einig is a former doctor at Memorial Medical Center. He met Kendra at a local yoga studio and joined the class. A benefit he says is not just physical, but mental as well.
When most of us diagnosed with cancer, we feel that our bodies are our enemy now, and it's trying to kill us. Yoga is a way to get your body back on your side. To me, personally anyway, cancer has been a very good learning experience to learn to have gratitude.
The class starts with breathing techniques, then transitions to basic poses like downward dog and warrior,
And offer kindness.
and finally ends with meditation.
This is a great way that they can build up their physical strength without overdoing or pushing their bodies, too much, but getting back to some of that maybe prior physical conditioning that they had going into cancer treatment.
1.9 million Americans are diagnosed with cancer each year. And while the fight is always tough, classes like this not only help patients physically, but also help researchers and doctors find more ways to help.
Bill and Kendra show up each week, finding a way to heal and helping others do the same.
My cup is so full because I can remember sitting in a chemo chair across the street thinking, man, it would be really cool if somebody could teach yoga. And I didn't know that person was going to be me.
For you.
Diego Gallegos, News 22.
Holiday season still in full effect. People are still trying to find ways to put food on their table. That inspired a woman here in Las Cruces to set up a personal food pantry to help those in need. Stocking the shelves and checking expiration dates, Amber Lynn prepares her porch for some nightly visitors.
And the response has been crazy. Like, people are adding their friends or sending my page to people because people really needed this resource.
The recent threats from the Trump administration to end SNAP food assistance benefits
Daughter would eat it and she wouldn't know. She didn't touch
and conversations with neighbors helped push her to set up this resource.
With the whole EBT struggle, I mean, who's to say if we're going to get EBT next month? The people who do, right? I mean, I was told that there was a mom who didn't know how she was going to make food for her kids for the next week the day I opened the pantry.
But as much as it has helped provide for people, it's also served as a place to bring the community together.
I feel like there's just not enough resources out there with people to have the ability to help. I think if more people want to help, come forward or start something, because it's amazing that the community is just waiting for it to be started in order for it to kind of keep going along.
Now, from perishables to toiletries, Amber Lynn's pantry has it all, which during a time where SNAP benefits are being threatened and the holiday seasons are quickly approaching, it's a massive help. And the pantry is much more personal.
I'm only one person and it was too much. And here it's just like you can pick what you need. So this was a little bit more welcoming.
The message from Amber is not to be ashamed if you need the help.
But that community has become friends, has become like family, and I like to hear their stories, and I just feel like you don't have to be ashamed. Nobody's watching you. Nobody cares that you're here. Like, come and get what you need.
Amber's pantry has not only helped the community, but helped keep its stomachs and hearts full.